Hey everybody, Coaching for the Soul Thursdays at 3 has begun. It's a beautiful day in Detroit today. About 75 to 4 degrees right now. Sunny, a little bit of clouds. Spring has arrived in Detroit. So it's gonna be in the 70s all next week. Bingo, 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 bingo. So if you're watching this live, hello, hello, hello. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my channel. Please like the video and please leave a little comment, even if it's just, hey Bill, or a bunch of emojis or whatever you'd like to do. It'd be fine to build the algorithms and get the program sent around the world. So yeah. Hey Kathy, what's going on? Yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about this and that. It's a really good day. The energy's really fantastic. Talked to a really good friend today for about 2 hours on the phone that I went to high school with. Bingo. Yeah. So it's going to be great. Hey, Shannon, what's going on? Hey, Alexis. Yeah. So going to talk about a little bit of this and that. Not really sure what we're going to talk about, but they'll let us know, right? Hope you guys are doing well. It is the 9th of April already. This month is flying. It's crazy how fast time is going. It is crazy how fast time is going. So readings for the month, 30 minutes are $65, down from $125. 60 minutes is $105, down from $155. Goes through the end of the month, okay? Hey Vincent, what's going on, my friend? Yes, so if you want to know what the hell's going on, want to know about you, billhobart.com. And I still have my two open spots. Hey Lisa, what's going on? I have 2 spots open for the memberships. So if you're interested in that, check it out at billhobart.com. There's all kinds of cool stuff on there. 15 minutes to an hour and a half every single month that we have a conversation with, either FaceTime, Zoom, on the phone, whatever. And we do a total Zoom call the 3rd Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. So that's really cool too. Hey Sherry, what's up? So there's lots of support out there if you're into it. Okay, if you want to have a group of people who are loving and caring and will help you out in places that that you don't want to contact me about or whatever, they're okay. Yeah, they're okay. There's a lot of good people. Very thankful. Hey Robin, blessed really, because. Again, the membership's been going for probably 5 years now, maybe before the pandemic, I think. Yeah, pretty good stuff. You know, I love doing it, so it's fun. It's fun. Yeah. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. What's up, Kathy? Yeah. So we're gonna start in a couple minutes. They're coming online. Yeah. So first off, I guess we're gonna start now. First time in thousands of years that there's gonna be 10 planets and asteroids, or mini planets, whatever you wanna call them, in the sign of Aries, okay? Few in Pisces, but the majority of them will be in Aries, and a lot of those planets are long-term planets, okay? So, hey Lisa, yeah, so there'll be lots of transformation, lots of messages, lots of ups and downs. Really try to pay attention to your response, okay? They're going to push you out of your comfort zone. They truly are. That's what the planets are all about in Aries, because Aries is unlimited fire. It's looking at burning your past life. Burning who you used to be, ridding yourself of all of that drama and that trauma and that BS that no longer serves you. Because what's coming in the future this year and next year is monumental, okay? And so it's our job to make sure that we are prepared for that, because it's going to be interesting. Hey, Diane, I'm doing great. It's going to be monumental, okay? And so they're going to call all of us to help out in different ways. A lot of you have already been downloaded and uploaded, okay? So there's really not a whole lot of, there's not a whole lot that you have to really do. Yeah, Diane, we're gonna talk about that too, not being in too much fear. And that has a lot to do with what I just spoke to Diane about. The fear is the fact that for thousands of years, they've never had this many planets in Aries at the beginning. Okay, at like 0 degrees, 1 degree, 2 degrees, 3 degrees, 4 degrees. It hasn't happened, I believe, in over 4,000 years. So this is a huge turning point in the ascension of the planet, the ascension of the United States, especially. Okay, and so a lot of people are going to be called to duty, and we'll really talk about the fear and the codependency and that kind of stuff. Hey, Amanda, and show you and let you know how you can understand it, feel it, let it go, and yeah, truly understand why. Truly understand why. A lot of you who watch this, hopefully a lot of people, don't understand who you're going to be because you don't think you're that person now, which is not true, but ego has suppressed it. Okay, that's fear, right? So all these 10 planets and small planets, whatever you want to call them, asteroids, they're there to trigger you. Hey, Kristen, how are you? Happy birthday. Last week, I think, right? I think I said happy birthday, but I'm not sure. I can't. It's so funny because I can sing a song from 1971 and know all the words. I don't know what I did yesterday. I don't have a freaking clue. My father used to say that all the time when he retired. He's like, Bill, I don't know what I did yesterday. And I could get it then, but now it's like, forget that. Yeah, I can't remember anything. So, belated birthday if I didn't say happy birthday to you, Kristen. So, it all comes down to us not feeling fear. Okay. Oh, you're 4/4. Haha. So you're a true Aries. So you could tell us about Aries, Kristen. How do you feel with all those planets in your sign, in Aries? What are you going through? How much transformation are you doing? Hey, Nancy. How's it going? Tell Charles I said hi. So all of this hasn't happened in a really long time, thousands of years. Okay, and so you're going to be challenged. You're going to be enlightened. You're going to have aha moments. You're going to have fear. You're going to have WTFs. Okay, so this is going to go on in Aries. Some are going to be there Saturn's going to be there for 2.5 years. Okay, and Saturn is a planet of structure and fast structure, ripping down the old structure first and rebuilding the new structure. And that's why Saturn is in Aries, okay? As the structure falls, as it's doing now, okay? People are fearful because that's the energy especially in the United States, the energy is WTF, right? And Spirit has warned us. Spirit warned us last year and the year before that what happens in 2026 is going to be things we've never seen before. We've never dreamed about what happened in the country, and that's what's happening. Okay, so Kristen says, surprisingly, it's been harder than I thought, but I'm feeling the truth bombs coming. Just getting it all out that lives in fog. Yeah, exactly. Yes. So that's exactly what it is. Okay. As we go through this time, everyone's going to be triggered. Okay. Jupiter is getting ready to move in from Cancer into Leo. Okay. And it loves Cancer, but but Leo can be overwhelming. Okay. Hey, Bren. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. Okay. So on one hand, we got a lot of expansion. That's our spirituality. That's the ascension, right? It truly is. Only now it's going to be in the King of Fire. And Leo runs the jungle. It's very authoritative, okay? But very pretty. They're very good looking, okay? And so understanding that there may be some ups and downs, okay? And I believe that happens in May, okay? Next month. And Neptune, the planet of fog, the planet of dreams, planet of everything, is in Aries also. Well, what does fire do to the fog? Burns it off, okay? Pluto is in Aquarius, going to be there for 18 more years. I think it's there till 2044, okay? It's going to be there for 20 years, which is a long time. It was in Capricorn for 18 years. And of course, I'm an Aquarius rising, so I've got Pluto in Aquarius for the next 18 years, or no, next 20 years. No, wait, no, 18 years, yeah. So that's transformational. In Aquarius, it's different than it was in Capricorn, because Capricorn's structure. Capricorn is the government. It is the leader. That's why we end the year and beginning the year, is because of leadership. And it can be authoritarian, things like that. So that's happening. Mars and Mercury are in there, and Mars is the planet of war, and Mercury, we know, is a planet of communication and can really screw us up. Hey, Suzanne. And so they're going to battle each other. That's where the war is coming from, okay? Out of the blue, right? It's going to continue, okay? We're going to talk about that too. So there's all kinds of different situations in Aries that is playing out on the world stage, okay? And this is planned. Again, they planned this. I think in 1939, Edgar Cayce actually talked about the Orange Man and talked about what's going on now and talked about everything that's happening. And he predicted July through November. July through November are going to be tumultuous times in the country. This was back 60 years, 70, 80 years ago. Okay? So we're going into this. Hey, Shelley. We're going into this. Our souls know what it is. And it's our job to make sure that we are giving ourselves as much gratitude as we can. Okay? So we'll start there. Okay, so then Spirit wants to talk about the energy and the fear of change and the fear and ego re-engaging and trying to navigate, pull you back into 3D and navigate what's going on, because it's done that for over 12,000 years. Okay? So it is a third dimensional instinct, which will turn positive or go away. Or mine is here, always on trigger, but it's quiet most of the time. Okay? And so that will dissipate, or it will turn into a positive ego. Now, hey, Patrick. And so as we feel and as we see, and hopefully you're not watching the news, okay? You can get your news from independent resources, things like that, which is fine. Some of them don't tell the truth, okay? I have found it's all about clicks. So the independent media isn't all that independent, okay? They're looking for clicks, and you can tell by the clickbait in their titles, okay? I've had many people who contacted me when the Orange Man talked about obliterating Iran and just completely destroying a civilization. They actually thought that was true. No. Again, Spirit, what is that about? But they were all in fear. Okay? And that's okay. It's fine. I love the fact that they reached out, because they should reach out. You guys should reach out. If you have a question, you're in fear, whatever, send me a text. Call me on the phone. It doesn't matter. I will always pick up. I will always pick up. Trust me, I will always pick up. Especially if you're in my phone, which some of you are, because your name's going to show up, right? So all kinds of sensationalism that people are still drawn to because they're still in 3D. Okay, they're firmly planted in 3D. They have not yet made the transition to believing in higher dimensional energy. Okay, hey Kathy, how are you? You and I and our friend Nancy need to go to lunch now that it's warm outside. Okay, so let's plan something. Hopefully this month. If not this month, next month, because I'm leaving on a jet plane pretty soon. So yeah, so we need to get together. So as you get fearful, not only from your dreams, but also from the energy that you carry, the energy that's around you, you will be, not frantic, Spirit says, but you'll be alert and wondering, okay, your ego's going to go crazy. Okay, we got to do this, we got to do this. How come this? How come that? How come this? How come that? That's when you pick up the phone, you send me a text or whatever. Okay? And then you got somebody else you can call, which is awesome, who's going to talk you down and out of that. Okay? Like the people that contacted me about obliterating a civilization. I'm like, no, he's a blowhard. He's stuck. He's stuck. He's stuck. And hopefully they will intervene and not have him send troops into Iran. Because that will be a disaster. Where they will be picked off like flies. Worse than Iraq. They've been planning for 25 to 40 years on the American invasion. And they're waiting. They're waiting, okay? Because they know America doesn't back down, unfortunately. Hopefully, in this case, it will happen with divine intervention, okay? So, things will totally shift by 2030. We've already talked about that, right? I will tell you that there will be some type of change in the government by the end of July. Maybe not in August. From now until July, there's going to be a change. All right, then we have a whole new barrel of monkeys to worry about. Truly, okay. So the fear's not going to go away until you work past it. Okay, how do you work past it? Get rid of people in your life that no longer serve you, that feed that energy of fear. Okay? Now, if it's family and you live with them, you kind of have to go through the self-talk, the parenting. Okay? Bill, stop. My big thing was stop. Bill, stop. Bill, stop. Bill, just stop. Because my mother, you all know my mother, right? She was stern and she was curt, right? She never said that to me. Well, she probably did many times when I was a kid, but not when I was an adult, right? But I would tell myself, Bill, stop. Bill, stop thinking like that. Bill, you know that's not true. Stop. And I would stop because I worked on my ego, right? 2019, worked on my ego for just about 8.5, 9 months of calling it out. Ego, that's not true. That's a lie. Ego, that's not true. That's a lie. Ego, that's not true. That's a lie. Hey, Rusty. Hey, Dorothy. How are you? Because Spirit told me to, again, which was funny because it was saying something in my head, and Spirit says, you need to tell that ego, Spirit, that's not true. Or ego, that's not true. Ego, that's not true. All you do is lie to me, ego, because everything you tell me is not true. They're lies. And eventually, because I did it as often as I remembered to, right? And I did this for some reason. They had me fan my right ear, and Spirit said the energy goes in your ear, and it goes right to your brain, and it's basically pushing back. Because I'm pushing backwards, right? Yeah. And so that worked for me. And Spirit, okay, now you gotta teach it. Well, I'm telling you what, guys, stuff works. It works. Just like you call somebody out in your life. My chime, right? Ego's been with you. The same ego's been with you for over 12,000 years. It believes it saved your life every single time or made it easier. Hey, Kristen, made it easier, okay? Or he prepared you to die, or whatever could possibly be, okay? And so it is very, very important that now you are the human who's stronger than ego because you're not dumb. Most of those humans that you were in past lives were dumb. You weren't educated. You didn't have your spiritual self. Think about it. I mean, talk about just 1926, 100 years ago, right? No. 1826, really not, right? 1865, when the Civil War ended, no, not at all. See, so all of our time in our country, let's say, in the 250 years that we've been a country, okay, we were not educated until now. We didn't have the ability to do what we can do now with the discoveries that we have in our houses, social media, cell phones, computers in our hands, laptops, again, microwave ovens, think, toaster ovens, or all the freeze-dried stuff. And yeah, all that stuff is now for a reason, because it's third dimensional. No, that's not that. Entrepreneurship that made these things happen, okay? So it's all fine and good, but we have to call our ego out to get it to stop lying to us. Ego, that's not true, that's a lie. Ego, that's not true, that's a lie. All you do is lie to me, I'm not listening to you anymore. Ego, that's not true, that's a lie. And when you do that in a parent voice, which we all have, even if we don't have kids, right? We still know how our parents talk to us. It wasn't great. You know, they weren't loving and understanding most of the time, because that's not what they got from their families back in the early 1990s or 1900s, I should say. Yeah. See? So as that happens, I'm telling you what, if you can corral it, if you can make it, if you can minimalize it, I'm telling you what, your life will change 180 degrees. And then as you gain your spirituality, and it is less intrusive, because ego is always going to block it, right? You receive more messages, you understand more things, they can feed you more things on your YouTube, on your TikTok, on your Facebook, on your Instagram, all those types of things, okay? It all's tied in together, everybody. Your fear is based from your ego. Ego makes you fearful. Why? Because ego believes its job is to keep you alive. And if it makes you fearful, guess what? You won't move. You'll stay in your house, or you'll look around when you go outside and you run back in the house. Okay? I'm not going to do a lot of stuff outside, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to be in my house a lot of the time. And that's around the world. Okay? Because we've all lived in Europe at one time or another. Wars. The Christian wars. Right? I mean, the Viking wars. I mean, man has always been at war with each other, because that's what third dimension is. I'm better than you, and I'm going to kill you because I want to take over your country. I'm the dominant. We're going into Leo with Jupiter. Okay? So that kind of correlates with that. It kind of works with that, right? So fear is always ego-based. It's always ego-based. So the best thing that you can do is tell your ego that that's not true, that's a lie. That's not true, that's a lie. And it will work. I had a few F words in there, right? Oh my, yeah. God dang it. Only the word. Stop. It's not true. What you're telling me is not true. And then it slowly dissipates. Not 100%. It takes time. It takes you working on it and making it not your enemy, but your project. Your project to get yourself into understanding that I need to be aware of my ego when it's talking to me in my head. Because I've had people ask, well, Bill, how do I know if it's ego or if it's them? Oh, you'll know. Ego is going to tell you things that are negative. Going to talk about fear and about starvation and about worry and being upset and looking around every corner and not believing that you're guided. Ego's famous for that. Everybody who watches this program and others that are like this, your spirit guides, your guardian angels have you surrounded by white light. Nothing's going to happen to you. Nothing is going to happen to you. You're not going to starve. You're not going to be broke. Not going to drown. Okay? Now, if your soul journey is to have those, is to pass away, you can't change that. Right? But I'll guarantee you, 99.9% of you ain't going anywhere anytime soon. Absolutely not, you're not. Because they need warriors. Us. They need us. That's why we're here. This is no coincidence. Why we are doing Coaching for the Soul since 2017. And in fact, I was talking to my friend Lisa today. I'm like, I've been doing this thing since 2017. That's 9 years. Holy sheesh, what's that about? Well, it's changed over the years. As I've changed, as I've become the more spiritual, intense, grounded person, because I trust them 100%. And when you can do that, your life will be beautiful. You guys know about how they bring me money when I need it. They'll do all of that for you as long as you are communicating with them out loud. Again, they don't care if you bitch at them. You won't care if you want to be fearful, blah, 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 blah. Don't say that a lot, because as you say it, ego engages in that and intensifies it. Like I was talking to my sister yesterday, she had a bad day the day before, and it was 100% fear for 45 minutes. Just going and going and going and going and going. She must have been exhausted yesterday. But it was all fear about everything, because she had one of those days. Again, we're going to go up, and then we're going to come down. We're going to go up, then we're going to come down. We're going to go up, then we're going to come down. Because the energy is like that on the planet, but especially in the United States. Everybody is scared. Well, not everybody, but we have that that sense of when, where, how. Because that's our training over 12,000 years. See? So it is super important that we catch ourselves doing that we stop ourselves from keeping ourselves in the hole. Okay? Because it doesn't serve you. They can't pull you out. Not their job. It's your job to pull yourself out by talking to yourself out loud and saying, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Not being critical. Not being critical at all, Spirit says. Not at all. Not a critical thing. That's their dimension. Okay? It is about giving yourself love and affection. Like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Stop. Bill, just stop. Like I talked to Daisy. Honey, what are you doing? Stop. Come on, stop. And she's like, really? This is kind of fun. No, honey, come on. Like when she's outside. Yeah. She'll eat anything. You can't eat that. Yeah. See? Because she's a dog, right? I got to take care of her. Like we have to take care of ourselves. We have to parent ourselves with love and affection and being putting up boundaries and knowing that if we have to say something that is fearful, go to the bathroom, look in the mirror and say, oh my gosh, wait, stop. Just stop. Look at yourself in the face. Go, what are you doing? You know that this isn't true. Why are you listening to that? I'm telling you, you're going to be like, oh shit, I can't believe I'm freaking doing this shit. Yeah, you're looking yourself in the face because I'm telling you what, it's a fantastic reminder that, oh my God, that's who I am. Because when we are autonomous, when we're in our daily lives, we don't look at ourselves like that. Hi, Allison. We don't. We just get into ourselves and this is who I am. No, that's not who you are. You're up here. Many people don't believe that they've ever been in 5D. Trust me, all of you have been in 5D at one time or another. For a long period of time, no, because your ego brings you right back down. It's its job. What are you doing up there? Come on. We got to ground ourselves. No. Don't ground yourself in 3D. You'll sit there forever and just be in pain and agony. Because you've told ego, I need to ground myself here. But okay. And you're like, oh my God, why do I feel stifled? Why do I feel like I'm not flowing? Why do I feel like I'm not getting any messages? Because you grounded yourself in 3D. Yeah. Don't. Because it doesn't serve you. It does not serve you. Friends, family, it does not. If they don't serve you, then bye-bye. If they actually offend you, or they are curt to you, or they're sarcastic to you, and they snap back at you or whatever, bye. I had somebody do that to me this week that I don't even know. Facebook friends, and I don't know who they are, and they just ripped me a new one on Messenger about something that I posted. And I'm like, wow. And my response back to them was this. I don't know who you are. Your name on Facebook. You don't know anything about, she was chastising me for saying what I said. Okay, that's fine. But don't call me the names you called me and not expect me to slap back at you. And I said, shut the F up. Blocked her. Bye. 2 more people. I just unfriended you. I blocked them both. Boom, boom. Bye. Bye. No. Mm-mm. That energy I don't need in my life at all. No. Because when I see something that I don't agree with 99% of the time, I don't even comment. Because I'm not going to put that out there on a page or to the world. Not. I think you're wrong. I think that you are climbing up, you're barking up the wrong tree. You're upset about something that you cannot control. So why? Worry about the things you can control. You can't, your world is you can control. Your friends, your family, you can control. See? Make sure that your family's good first. Fine. But I don't need anybody from my 2,000 friends. No. You don't know who I am. You know, we're all spiritual, but we're different levels of spirituality, guys. And you guys all know that. Okay? There are people who are going to be upper 3D and spiritual until they either move forward later or they pass. Spirit explained it to me because third dimensional people, Bill, need spiritual counsel too. Okay, that's cool. Are they going to move forward? Some of them will, some of them will not. Okay. But don't come at me in a message. You don't know me. You know, because something like that, I can't ignore. If you want to put it on a page or whatever, that's fine. Go ahead, do it. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. But when you personally send it to me, that's where it stops. And you have to have those boundaries, right? And some days I'll just delete it and block them. Yeah. Diane said you can't control the neighbors. No, not at all. See, all I can control is my energy within me, within my house, within my I mean, I can't even with my family. Because I'm the weird one. And I'm okay with that. I've always been different. And always been opinionated. Because I've had this voice in my head since I was 8, right? And they don't lie. And when you hear the voice and it tells you this, and this, as I channel on here, right? You believe it. I believe it. Believe everything that they tell me, because they're not going to tell me anything that's not true. That's not truly going to happen eventually. Do we always have timelines? Not always. Hey, Lacey. And everybody's different. Everybody has a different set of energy. That's okay. That's why none of us are always alike. See? In fact, someone that I've known for a really long time, it's 333, check that out, I've known for a really long time, she put something on my page yesterday about how her and I talked about this a year and a half ago. Something that happened, I don't know what it was. She goes, yeah, remember when we did, yeah, that's about what's going to happen, and it just happened. Something about the orange man and the military and whatever, see? But, and that can bring you fear, right? That can bring you fear because we've never done it before. We've never had it in our lives before, okay? And so those can be fearful things. So as it gets worse, it's going to, make sure that you got some cash in your house. Make sure that you've got food in your pantry, some canned goods, pasta, right? Stuff like that. If you can, have stuff in your freezer, if you want to have some type of meat or something like that. Okay, hamburger, stuff like that, right? Just in case. But we know what's coming. We can feel it. We can feel what's coming. And it's going to happen because there has to be a shift. And that's, again, what Edgar Casey predicted in 39, I think it was, maybe 32, how mid-cycle, the leader would have something happen in the government, and the government would come apart. Hey, Lanaya, what's up? Hey, Lene. It's a beautiful day, isn't it? Oh, God, it's beautiful. Gosh, just beautiful. Thanks for joining. Those things are going to happen. And we have to not prepare ourselves because we can't prepare for what we don't know. Honestly, we can't. We can take our precautions, right? Make sure you get toilet paper, paper towel, things like that. It will be similar to the pandemic, Spirit says, as countries can't get, companies can't get all of the ingredients they need for the product that they make. That will start to fall. Similar to the pandemic, okay? Where there was empty shelves. Don't panic. We've been through this before. That's what 2020 was all about, partially. It was the start of the transformation of America. It was there for a reason, to welcome the kids born in 2020 and 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25, even 26, because they come in as 100% starseeds, light beings. They come into this world and they know way more than any of us do because they are just here. And it's amazing. Just amazing. What they know, what you can see in their faces is beautiful. Just beautiful. See? But we can take the precautions, right? We've been through the pandemic. Will there be a medical problem with things? Yes. Bird flu. Spirit said in 2019? No, that was a pandemic. In 2023, that was when there wasn't. Yes, because the price of eggs was really high. They had to kill 3 million chickens, because they had bird flu, and then other animals started getting bird flu, and one or two humans contracted bird flu. Okay, because they didn't take care of the chicken when they were making it, right? That possibly, I would say, probably 60%, 65% is going to happen in the country, because people will again start to pass away in large numbers. Not as bad as a pandemic, which was 1 million people in America, but similar. Okay, you may be asked to wear a mask again for your own safety. Okay, you can do it, you can't do it. It's up to you, right? Yeah. Better to be cautious than not. Again, we're a lot smarter than we were in 2000. We're 6 years older, okay? And the information that we get from the new government will be trustworthy because of the person who's leading the government, okay? And you can see how the bromance with the Pope and the orange one is, and again, the Pope said what he needed to say because he's the Pope from America, from Chicago, right? To the other person, and the other person fired back about, you better get on board, and blah 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 blah. You better be on this side because if not, we're going to annihilate you, or whatever he said, blah blah blah. Right? That's rhetoric. That's just bullshit. Okay. Spirit said, "Big voice, small bat." Big voice, small bat. Okay, and that's what's gotten us into trouble in the first one, and now in this one. Okay, and there's still people who are hanging on to that he's from God. No, you never sent him here for a reason to fuck everything up. For a reason, transformation. Okay, so as it continues to happen. And as you don't need to pay attention if you don't want to, that's fine. But be prepared for reaction from the crowd. Okay? When certain things happen, like the military replacing him and the cabinet, putting in martial law for up to 6 months. Okay? There will probably not be elections this year. The next election will probably be in 28. Okay? We've talked about that before because it's going to happen this year. all right? 2026 is a massive year for new energy transformation, getting rid of the old and starting the new. But to start the new, it's going to take a while to 2032, okay, for things to get back, for them to find all the money that they've taken, and prosecuting people like Nuremberg type trials. I've said that before. They'll happen in 27 and 28, okay? They will prove that no one's above the law, all right? More than likely, Supreme Court will be rearranged. Some people will be taken out, removed, okay? Because of their dealings with the corruption. That's going to be surprising for some people, not for all of us. So all of these things that we're going to see for the first time ever are things that you'll be telling your grandchildren about in 20 years, 10 years, whatever. Or your children will be telling their grandchildren what happened at this time. Because everything that is hidden is coming to the light. Everything is hidden is coming to the light, and you can't stop it. The market manipulation is sickening. Sickening. The war in Iran, sickening. It's all about oil. It's all about manipulating the price of a barrel of oil so they can make millions and billions of dollars. The head corrupt is the head of the government. And he knows it. He's been doing it his whole life. See? His children are the same way. It's all good. It's all good. See? And taking the Titanic, the United States of America, and it's going to hit the iceberg. It's already on its way to hitting the iceberg. We're just not going to drown. We're just not going to go down. See? Spirit is there's an extra metal casting in our bow that will not allow the iceberg to rip us apart and have us sink. The job is not for us to go, to die. It is revolution and ascension. Living ascension. Not dying ascension, living ascension. And that's true. That's true. Is it going to be freaking like what the what? Yes, it's going to be. But understanding they've got you 100% of the time. You have to believe it. Got to. If you choose not to, then you're putting yourself in third dimensional ego. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. See? So all these things that are going on are happening for a reason. For the earth, but our country to be reborn. And isn't it interesting that it is 250 years old? This will be the first time we've had this catastrophe that is removal of government officials and then working per department with the new administration within 6 months and having humans investigating wherever they took the money. Wherever they took the money. Thousands and billions and trillions of dollars. Yeah. Okay? And it's scary. Sometimes you can't believe what the person is saying because it's just, he's a circus clown. And he can get away with it for some reason. Again, you can't do the things that dictators do without support from certain people. And those people are one of two things. Buying into it because they want to hold on to their power, right? They want to do this because, yes, he's promised me this. He's promised me this. And they believe him, which is scary that people still believe him. The other is they're fearful for their life and their family because of the threats. He's not just a bully. He's a mafia boss. He's a dictator. We all know what dictators do. They kill innocent people. As a example. Yeah. Think of the two people in Minneapolis. Yeah, right? And all those people will be held accountable. The ICE agents, all of them. The cabinet, the Congress people, the senators, they'll all be held accountable, and they're going to know that as we go forward. And the thing is, there will be no chance that they can get pardoned. There'll be no chance because the laws are going to change. Laws are going to change. Okay? And it won't be by executive order. It will be something that is written into law for this time. And I don't know if there's something there already or not. They have not said anything. But I believe that there is, that you can do, because the president can put in martial law and can suspend the elections and things like that, with supreme power if there's an uprising in the government from within. Okay, so when those things happen, don't be scared. Don't be like, oh my gosh, I didn't know about that, because it's going to be stuff you've never seen before that you couldn't imagine in the country. But I want you to understand, we got to go down to come back up. Or it's going to be business as usual. And we all know business as usual is corrupt AF. It's corrupt. Democrats, Republicans, they're all corrupt as hell. It's about them. They don't work with the people. Like, I saw something the other day, Elizabeth Warren trying to, she's going to do blah, 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 blah. And my response to her on her donate page was, you haven't done anything yet. You've been talking about it for freaking 12 years. And always the response is back. Same with the GOP. Well, we've had plenty of time to do these things. Plenty of time to do these things. We had the House and the Senate. Presidency, 2020. Did a lot of good things for business, for the country. It all got overturned when the Orange Man came in. And they stole all that money. See? So you can put it into law, but the next guy can change it all. That's why we don't have high-speed rail. That's why we don't have wind farms and things like that like we actually should. Because we are at the mercy of the oil and gas industry and the electricity companies and things like that. Everything keeps going up. Well, when it crashes, because it's going to, where will they be? Where will they be? Spirit just said 1932, when FDR got elected, and he saved the country from the Depression. With the Tennessee Authority, with building the Hoover Dam, all those types of things, right? Those types of things, right? Putting people to work. Now it's not going to be the time to put people to work because it'll be okay. But it's about redoing the infrastructure and taking money away from people who are wealthy. Because the country's already going to be WTF. But doing that on a scale that actually can, hey, Angela, they can actually help the country. It's all going to happen, guys. And you're going to have people that are in your ear about, the reason that the country's in this shape is because they tax the millionaires or the billionaires. No. Not going to happen. You can say that all you want to, but it's going to happen this way because that is the future. It's no longer top down, or now it's bottom up. And all those CEOs that make all that money, because it's all about the stock price. It's all about paying the CEOs a lot of money, and the average Joe doesn't get anything. Why? Because in the 1700s, when the country was founded, before actually the documents were signed, they said the rich white men put systems in place so the rich white men made money off the peasants. Okay? Thinking that was the way that it should be until the 60s. Till the 60s. And also, again, Roosevelt did a great job. Teddy Roosevelt in 1902 broke up the monopolies. Standard Oil, the railroads, the banks. Yeah. But now, guess what? They're huge conglomerates again. Why are we going to go through this? Because that's another reason why we have to go through this. To break all those things up and make them separate. And then put laws in place that will actually be supported by the universe. They'll be supported by the country as a whole. Why do you think they picked America to be the country of choice? We're the youngest country on the planet, biggest military for now, largest economy in the world for now. Powerhouse. People in the country are easily swayed to believe in the future. But there's so many freaking people that are entrepreneurs. We have more entrepreneurs in America than they have any place else in the world. Why? Because we have that energy. The energy of the country is, yeah, if I work really hard, I can get what I want. True, especially if you're an immigrant. Because you come from a place that is less than America. You come here and you think, my God, I'm in a land, it's an amazing place. And it is amazing. Although many, many people don't pay attention. They just are microbe, spirit says, in a daily life cycle. They continue to go. That's going to change that. There's no one that's going to come down from the heavens and release people and save them. No. That's all fiction. That's all fiction. Doesn't mean that there were beings that were aliens, the ETs, that came in human form, But Jesus didn't come to the planet, neither did Muhammad or Ma, to be a religion. No. It was to take care of the people that were cast out from the cities. Same thing as them, right? Not that we're cast out from the city, because we're not. But the awesome thing is all of those spiritual leaders were connected to spirit. They call it God. They call Jesus God. They call Muhammad God. They call Ma God, because they're godlike. But the manipulation of Jesus since 20 over 2,000 years ago, right? Is amazing that the church was able to change the Bible because white men ruled. They were able to change words in the 50s in America. Homosexual, not in the Bible. No, that's all stuff the church put in there. It's all been manipulated for a reason, for power. And as that third dimensional power crashes, it's crashing now, right? Especially with our Pope, he's a kick-ass. That is all going to be for our benefit. All going to be for our benefit, because white men will no longer rule. White privilege will be a thing of the past, as everybody is considered equal in America, for sure. And that's going to piss a lot of white people off because they don't know what it's like to not get their way. Well, for the white gay guy, I can tell you, my whiteness didn't save me from all of the bullshit that I went through growing up and being an adult. I was white, but guess what? The gay thing was just a massive, oh my God. Yeah. But I beat it because that's what I do in 3D. In fifth dimension, I accept, I welcome, because that's what they're going to do for all of us. You're going to get everything that you've ever wanted in your freaking lifetime if you just pay attention. Again, money's coming. How's money going to come? You have to be in an energy of allowing. I put some stuff on my Facebook page today that was in Facebook Reels this morning on my freaking laptop, and I'm like, okay, I get it. It is. Spirit said it's the next level of spirituality. So I put some stuff up, I put them on Bill Clairvoyant page. Haven't put it on my other page yet, or haven't accepted on my other page yet, on the Bill Hobart page, and the Bill Hobart Clairvoyant Medium Psychic page. But it's there. Will some of you get it? Yeah. Will some of you go, okay, that's kind of cool? Yeah. But when it happens to you, because it's going to, it's a very slow process. But the further we go into from 26 to 30, now 3.5 years, let's say, it's going to go really fast. It's already the 9th of the month already. It was just April Fool's Day. Yeah. Things are going so fast and furious, it's crazy. Crazy. So Haley says, my eyes start getting blurry and auras start showing up on my right side. Watching by this. I'm thinking of watching this. I'm thinking, yeah. Haley, I didn't know that you were here. Yeah. So we're all going to have different symptoms, right? When I was in 5D for the first time, I had cotton on both sides of my head. I had blinders on. They were cotton balls. I'm like, what's up with the cotton balls? We need you to focus forward, Bill, not next to you, not on the outsides. We want to shorten your vision to make you focus on the future. Okay. But it was floaty and music sounded really good. And I'm like, well, this is kind of weird. I can't see either side of me, but and then I come back down to 3D to be safe. Okay. Well, finally you get so used to that and they take the blinders away without you knowing. And you go, this is kind of freaking cool. And you know all this stuff you didn't know before. It's kind of cool. And it's all coming for all of us. Even when times are crappy, when times are shit, you're still going to be okay. And you're going to be the light of your family. You're going to be the light eventually. But you're going to be the light of yourself. And you're going to have all of these people asking you what the heck's going on in your circle. Some will not. And those are the people that you go, okay, yeah. Haley says, it's like looking through a screen window that's moving, really strange. Honey, that's exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. That's 5D. Looking through a screen, yeah. Everything is not, you can't see everything on the other side. It's screen. They're blocking your 100% view of what's really happening, of what you're supposed to see. Because your brain, one of two things. Your brain is either not developed enough, okay? So Sherry said, you're going to be the light for yourself. That's a beautiful idea. Exactly. Yeah. See? All that works. You guys are much more poetic than I am. Being a Capricorn Aquarius, I'm pretty much straightforward and black and white. And that can't be any other way. That's how I was supposed to be, right? That's my DNA. So it is what it is. But you guys have that. See, that's great stuff. And all of you, I was telling my friend this afternoon and this morning that it is all about getting yourself, if you're lonely, getting yourself out with videos and just talking about what you think, what you believe. Podcast, TikTok, whatever you want to do. That doesn't really matter. People will follow you because they're led to follow you. Like somebody said to me, I think it was Susan said to me, I had a reading with her last week. She was like, Bill, I thought about how you can get more followers. And I'm like, on your Facebook page or on your YouTube page. I'm like, okay. She goes, you should do more videos. And I said, well, it's not about the Facebook, it's not about the YouTube page anymore. Got 667 people. Been there for 9 years, right? But it's not about that. It's about me being transplanted on Maui and channeling books for the Lemurians. That's the future for myself. Does that mean that I'll be off social media? No. Does it mean I stop doing Coach for the Soul? I don't think so. I think we're just gonna still kind of do this. Only it's gonna be a freaking other level higher, which I can't wait for, right? Because new energy infuses everything, and that's what we're gonna have in all of our lives in the coming years, especially this year. A lot of fear for some people. This is what you got to do. Like that. There's nothing going to happen. We're going to be fine. But what about? There's no such thing as whatabouts. But what if? There's no what ifs. No. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. That's third dimensional ego thinking. Trigger. Don't do it. Don't put yourself through it. But you will, because you have to shed that by parenting yourself. When you're parenting yourself, you're allowing them to pull stuff away from you. When you sleep, you're having your slideshow of all the people you've known in this lifetime, and maybe some that you didn't know this lifetime, to let that energy go out of your body. Experiences, dreams with experiences in them. Bill, yeah. I used to have dreams of being on set in a TV or a movie, and me looking at the set, and they're doing the movie, right? And I'm like, well, why am I here? I was one of those people being an actor in another lifetime or another dimension. See? All those things kind of happen. So Shelley said, like a filter to the future. There you go, Shelley. Perfect. Perfect. A filter for to the future. So if you have the same thing happen to you, where you're watching this program, or you're watching something on YouTube or whatever, if all of a sudden you feel like you can't really see it clearly, that's because there's a screen up there. So Spirit, what's up with the screen? You don't ask them enough about what is it. You gotta interact with them. Spirit, what's up with the screen? I don't get it, right? And don't be politically correct and polite. No, they just want you to be you. If you're like that all the time, they're used to that. That's not me. I'm crass and crazy, and I don't give a, I've always been that way. Got me in trouble a lot. But yeah, they know that. So Spirit, what's that about? I don't get it. Can you let me know what's going on? They don't. But I get to say that to them, and then days later, or hours later, days later, weeks later, bing! Oh, that's what I asked. Yeah, it's right there. Well, could you bring it to me sooner? Hey, Beth. No? Because, Bill, you needed to tell us, and then we bring it back to you when it's time for you to have the answer. Because instantaneous answers don't work. Don't work. But lots of transformation, lots of change, lots of things that you never thought you'd see. And changes in currency and things like that. Don't worry, it's going to be fine. They're not going to leave you broke. They're not going to leave you in a cluster F. They're not. Trust me, they're not going to. That's not who they are. That's not their job. You're the talent, they're the booker. Meaning, they take care of you every freaking day of your life. And if you wake up not believing that, what are you doing? You've been watching the show for a minute. What are you doing? It's all right here. Go back and look at some of the ones from 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. It's saying the same thing, only now it's reality. Now it's like, holy moly, this is crazy. I'm having this thought and that thought and this thought and that thought. I never thought I'd be this person. Welcome to the ship called the Titanic. Yeah. Only this time it's not going to sink. Not going to sink. May take out a little water? Maybe. But it's not going to sink and tip, boom, break and have everybody jumping off. No, it ain't going to happen like that. Yeah, it's not going to. It's going to be fine. But transformation sucks. And I've been saying that since 2015, 2016. Transformation sucks. That's back in the day, right? We're talking a decade ago. It sucks. Change sucks. Because our bodies and our energy and everything is built on what we've done before. What we feel comfortable with. What we've always had an expectation for. Our paycheck. Food in the grocery store. Enough money to do those things. Yeah. Vacations. Family trips. Yeah. Same thing. Only now, it's going to be more brilliant. And Spirit gave me this example the other day. Going from the Wizard of Oz in black and white, 3D, she opens the door to Oz, and that is 5D. Beautiful, colorful, fabulous. 3D, black and white. 5D, colorful, lovely energy, lovely everything. It's fabulous. There's a witch there, but that's no freaking big deal. Right? but understanding that the man from Oz is not real with what he promises. But he is a man from the circus who entertains and is going to take Dorothy back to Oz. She's dreaming. And guess what? That's our reality going forward. Leaving black and white, 3D, and moving into colorful, lovely energy that is abundant and fantastic and just perfect. Just perfect. Only this time we get to stay. We ain't getting back in the hot air balloon and going back to Kansas in black and white. Can't happen. It's not our trajectory. It's not. It's not. So, guys, have questions, things like that, send me a text. My phone number is on the website at the bottom. I don't want to say it here because then they'll get all kinds of crappy stuff. Facebook Messenger. You can call me on there. Hey, Bill, what's going on? I'll see your name. I answer the phone. Hey, what's going on? Are you okay? What's going on? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. See? Lisa says, you can call the ship the Trump-tanic. No, that would mean it's going to sink. Not going to sink. Yeah. We could call it the Barack Obama. That would work, because he's going to be the one who takes care of us. Yeah. See? It's all going to be fine. It's all going to be fine. So you have a week to think about it. I'll be back next Thursday at 3 o'clock. Yeah. Okay. But you can call me, you can text me, you can do whatever you got to do. Email me, bill@billhobart.com. And readings are still on sale through the end of the month. If you got to talk, long talk, 30 minutes is $65, down from $125. And an hour, 60 minutes is $105, down from $155. Okay. Those are at billhobart.com. If you want support and you want a great tribe, check out the memberships and join. Okay, you'll be very, very surprised how you feel in my energy every day, how the group energy is freaking tremendous and amazing, and you'll be surprised at what's there. Be surprised at what's there. Yeah. Okay. Those are all at billhobart.com. Again, questions, comments, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and post this on the YouTube channel. If you guys please would go over to YouTube and let's say 5 o'clock or so, I'll have it all up there and ready to go. And leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And leave a comment. Even just an emoji, like a lot of emojis, whatever. The more the merrier, right? And so comment, subscribe, and like. Do that and that'd be awesome. It'd be cool. Okay? Things are moving fast. Things are moving very fast. Very fast, very fast. Don't sit in it. Let it go. Flow. Just be. Right? Just be. All right? Thanks, guys. See you next Thursday. Coach for the Soul. Thursdays at 3.